Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and welcome to the Seekers of Treasure, a game show, a quiz show based around the blessed books of the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wassalam. Now, one aspect we must remember is that the promised Messiah always emphasized his community, his companions, to come and stay with him in Qadian so that they can benefit spiritually through him. And so we saw so many companions who changed their lives in a matter of days, spiritually speaking, that they even started speaking to God Almighty. The question is, how can we benefit today? It's through his successors, the Khulafa, who are actually an embodiment of the teachings of the Prophet Messiah alayhi salam. Wherever Khalifatul Masih al-Khamis, may God strengthen his hand, goes, whether it's his Friday sermons at Capitol Hill or the British Parliament, he always speaks about the teachings given by the Prophet Messiah, and he emphasizes for his Jamaat, for us to read the books so we too can spiritually benefit. With me today, again, I have two groups of seekers who are ready and eager to go and get started. On my right-hand side, we have Tahir region, we have Sohaib, we have Irfan and Mudassir Sahib. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah to you all. Irfan Sahib, once again, can you please give an outline of your region?
So, Tahir region consists of less than 500 Khudam and less than 250 Atfal. The good thing about the region is it's new. It was only set up 3 years ago. We have done the largest number of feeding the needy in the country.
MashaAllah.
And also, we were the pioneers of the Your Say event, which other regions are taking forward.
Of course, amongst Khudam Ahmadiyya. MashaAllah.
Yes.
Well, good luck for today. On my left-hand side, we have South region. We have Musa, Ali and Salam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah to you all.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ali, please, again, a brief overview of your region.
Okay, South region is based in the south of London. It is based on 20 miles radius. It consists of 8 qiyadats. The good thing about South region is the South region came second in Waqf Jadid last year. And we have 460 Khudam and about 180 Atfal in
Okay,
South
460 Khudam. Well, no pressure today. Okay, seekers, we're going to go straight into the first round. It's the quick fire round, and the aim is to get to your base. So today, Tahir region, you will be green, and South region, you will be blue, of course. Okay, seekers ready, hands on the buzzers. The first question is as follows. In the book, The Need for the Imam, Maulvi Abdul Karim Sahib, a companion of the promised Messiah alayhi salam, writes a letter to his friend Nasrullah Khan, explaining to him the reason why he has accepted the promised Messiah, explaining that he didn't accept him without reason. Karim Sahib in his letter wrote the Arabic phrase, La uzakki nafsi walakinna Allaha yuzakki man yasha'u. What does this mean? Okay, Irfan Sahib there with the first buzz of the show.
The soul doesn't get cleansed until Allah cleanses the soul.
I will need the translation, the exact translation. That is incorrect, so I will have to give this as a good try. I'll give this over to South region. You may discuss. لا أزكي نفسي ولكن الله يزكي من يشاء. Okay, I will need an answer.
Sorry.
No? Okay. It actually means, I do not hold myself pure, but God purifies whomsoever he pleases. Irfan said we're on the lines, but not the exact translation. Okay, seekers ready. The next question is as follows. Which prophet of Allah said the following? Alone I came and alone I depart. Okay, there's the buzz from Ali.
Hazrat Isa alayhi salam,
Is
Jesus Christ.
the incorrect answer. I will give this to South Tahir region rather. Alone I came and alone I depart. Okay, I will need an answer.
Musa alayhi salam?
That's incorrect. It was actually Prophet Job, Prophet Ayub. Okay, seekers, ready? The next question is as follows. According to Munshi Tajuddin's report, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam used to receive how much average income from his followers? Thumbs up.
The average income that the Promised Messiah received from his followers was 3,000 to 4,000 rupees.
3,000 to 4,000 rupees is not the specific answer. I will give this over to South region.
300?
300 is incorrect. It was actually
3,000.
That's incorrect. It was 4,000 rupees. He said 3 to 4,000, but it was actually 4,000 rupees according to his report. Okay, seekers, we still haven't got someone on the tiles yet. Okay, the next question is as follows. Seekers ready, hands on the buzzers. Who was the leader of the government that was in power during the life of Prophet Jesus alayhi salam? Okay, Salam Sahib.
King Herod?
That is the correct answer. Where would you like to go?
Right.
Okay, right it is. Okay, seekers ready. Expressing his desire for Muslims to spend for the propagation of Islam, the Prophet Messiah said, "Alas, Muslims have enough to spend upon their wives and children, enough to squander upon personal lives, but for Islam their pockets are empty." He then said, Islam is likened to two things. Name one. Any of the seekers? The Prophet said that Islam is likened to two things. Name at least one. Okay, I will give the answer. He said that it's likened to the light that has been caged up in his chest and a sweet fountain concealed by twigs and leaves. Okay, seekers, ready. The fifth branch for the propagation of Islam Ahmadiyyat that the Prophet Messiah ﷺ worked on was the widening of the circle of devotees and those who take bay'at. The Prophet Messiah ﷺ states, God spoke to me saying, the world is engulfed in a storm of misguidance. During this storm, you should construct what? Okay, Salam Sahib.
An army?
The army is incorrect. I will give this to Tahir region. God Almighty spoke to him saying that during this storm, you should construct what?
The ark.
The ark is correct. Well done. The Prophet Messiah actually explained to his Jamaat that whoever enters the Jamaat actually is saved from the storm around us, the misguidance, and he enters this ark and is actually saved from the storm. Well done for that. Where would you like to go, Irfan Sahib?
Left.
Left it is. Okay, seekers ready. The book, The Need for the Imam, was written to inform the world to how to recognize the Imam of the age and why there was a desperate need for an Imam to stop people from being led astray. The book was published in 1898. In which press was this? Published in which press? Irfan Sahib.
Ata-ul-Islam.
That is the correct answer. Where would you like to go?
Left.
Left it is. Okay, seekers ready. Isa Dehkani is a metaphor referring to which liquid? Mudassir Sahib.
The wine which gets created with the grapes.
That is the exact correct answer. Well done. Where would you like to go?
Left, please.
Left it is. It's 15-5 to Tahir region. The solar and lunar eclipse took place during the life of the Prophet Messiah ﷺ, fulfilling the prophecy made by the Holy Prophet ﷺ. According to the laws of nature, the lunar eclipse can take place on the 14th, 15th, and what other date of the month? Okay, we will go to Musa.
13.
13 is correct. Well done for that. Where would you like to go on the board?
Right, please.
Right it is. Okay, seekers ready? Hands on the buzzers. On the 22nd of May, 1900, the Prophet Messiah wrote a book explaining a fundamental principle in Islam that is greatly misunderstood in this era. which misunderstanding has led to Islam being portrayed in a negative light. What is that principle? Irfan.
Jihad.
Jihad is correct, and well done. You have won the quickfire round. In the second round, what book would you like to choose?
British government and jihad.
British government and jihad is. Irfan sir, before we progress onto this round, I know you work for an area of the Jamaat, it's called the IEEE. For the viewers at home as well, please explain for the seekers as well, what does this include?
So IEEE is the International Association of Ahmadi Architects and Engineers.
Okay.
This was formed by Khalifatul Masih Salis.
Right.
Khalifatul Masih al-Khamis has given us a few projects under that. So we have 3 important projects. One is the Water for Life project,
Okay.
the Alternative Energy project, the Architects project, and the final one is an amalgamation of all the 3 above, which is the Model Village project.
And you do that in countries in Africa?
Yes.
Okay.
Predominantly, most of the work is done in Africa, yeah.
Right. So you do this work also, and you've been reading the books of the Prophet Messiah, mashallah. How has your outlook on generally on life changed, or has it at all?
It's definitely changed,
Yes.
I must say that, with the passion that the Promised Messiah writes in the books. And it's it can't be comprehended, really. We obviously work, go out and, work in different fields of life. And it's very important to understand at what the principles of how the Promised Messiah Islam has written the books. And then when you go out and look outside, the world is in a complete disarray.
Right.
And only after reading the books of the Promised Messiah you come to understand the passion behind it and the real purpose and the essence of Islam.
Okay, Jazakallah, thank you very much for that. Well, you have chosen the British government and jihad for the second round questions. We will go on to the second round. It's the multiple choice round. So seekers, get ready. Your first question is as follows. In the British government and jihad, the Prophet Messiah ﷺ states, "Is it not a fact that the secrets of the earth have been revealed in this age, and thousands of new facts and discoveries relating to the properties of things and new inventions are being made? Why should the secrets of the heavens then A. be revealed, B. remain closed, C. show their wonder, or D. become apparent?" Okay, we have a buzz from Musa.
A.
A. be revealed. Let's see if that is correct. It's the incorrect answer. We will give this to Tahir region.
B, remain closed.
B, remain closed. Let's see if that is correct. That's correct. Irfan, for the viewers at home as well, can you just briefly explain what the Prophet Messiah ﷺ is speaking about?
Basically, the new modes of transport that is actually coming about. Camels had been made redundant in this age. So it's talking about how the new developments are coming about in this age, and that is also a prophecy at the time of the Prophet Messiah.
Exactly, and this advancement in technology is actually helping to propagate the teaching of Islam, to propagate the books of Prophet Messiah as well. Okay, thank you for that. Seekers ready, your second question is as follows. The Christians raised Jesus to godship on one hand, whilst the Muslims violated human rights by unjustly raising the sword and calling it jihad. Regarding this, the promised Messiah ﷺ says, unfortunately for his era, both of these groups consider their own transgressions to be desirable. Each therefore emphasizes its own doctrine to be the straight path and the best, A, virtue, B, way to paradise, C, way to success. We have a buzz from Irfan.
Way to paradise.
Okay, I will complete. It's C, way to success, D, religious practice. So you said B, let's see if that is correct. It's the incorrect answer. Unlucky for that, we will give this to South region. You may confer. A, C, or D? Okay, I will need an answer.
A, virtue.
A, virtue, let's see if this is correct. It's the incorrect answer. It was actually D, religious practice, which was the correct answer. The Christians are saying that Jesus ﷺ was God, which is incorrect. They talk about Trinity. The Prophet ﷺ explained that it's incorrect. And on the other hand, some Muslims, so-called scholars, say that jihad means to kill, to go on war against the Western nations. The Prophet ﷺ says this is incorrect also. Okay, seekers ready? Third question is as follows. The Prophet Messiah ﷺ states that the previous prophets prophesied that killers would violate the rights of God's creation by spilling innocent blood under the pretext of jihad, believing that such acts would earn them A. True dreams, B. Divine reward, C. Grand status, D. Abundant wealth. Okay, Irfan there with the buzz.
Divine reward.
Divine reward, let's see if that is correct. B. It is the correct answer. Well done for that. Okay, seekers ready? Your next question. Whilst explaining how Muslims are particularly violating God's creation by killing in the name of jihad, the promised Messiah ﷺ states that every God-fearing person must concede that human rights are violated constantly and manifest brutality occurs A. every day, B. every other day, C. every month, or D. every hour. Okay, I think Ali just beat Irfan Saab to the buzz.
Every day, A.
Every day, let's see if that is correct. Every day is correct, well done for that. The Prophet explains that every day these atrocities are taking place. We see in the news, we open up any news channel and we see that there's bloodshed, there's widespread violence, and people really not going with the commandments of God Almighty. The Prophet Messiah came and he said that Islam is a religion of peace, and he said all these atrocities that we see are incorrect, and mankind, the world, needs to come together and live in a peaceful manner, which is the true teaching of Islam. Okay, seekers ready? The next question, it's 3015 to Tahir region. In the British government and jihad, the Prophet Messiah ﷺ questions the Muslims who attack and killed British government officials by saying, what did the British government do to deserve this kind of treatment for its honourable officials? He further stated that the British permitted complete religious freedom as soon as it entered A. Punjab, B. Kerala, C. Gujarat, D. Rajasthan. Okay, Irfan Sahib.
Punjab.
Punjab, let's see if that is correct. A. Punjab is correct. When the British came to India, they gave Muslims in particularly as well and other religions freedom of speech, freedom to practice their religion as well, which the Muslims were not receiving before the British came. Okay, seekers ready, your next question. Whilst talking about the religious freedom the British government gave to the Muslims, the promised Messiah ﷺ explained that a Muslim can now perform his religious obligations like the Hajj and Salat, or on divine authority he can claim to be the Mujaddid, a patriarch, the Messiah or Mahdi, and A. a scholar, B. a leader, C. a preacher, or D. a saint. Irfan Sahib again.
A leader.
A leader. Let's see if that is the correct answer. It's the incorrect answer. We will give this question to South region.
Scholar.
A scholar. Let's see if that is the correct answer. Scholar is incorrect. It was actually D. a saint. I think Ali Saab's there nodding his head. Okay, seekers ready? The next question. Explaining how Jesus ﷺ was only a prophet of God, the promised Messiah ﷺ says that there is no doubt that Jesus ﷺ is a great prophet of God who is loved and honored by God. He was glorified before the Lord God and possessed a status close to his throne. Millions of those who love him, follow his teachings, and act upon his guidance will receive A. deliverance from the cross, B. deliverance from people, D. deliverance from hell, C. deliverance from hell, or D. deliverance from satanic inspiration. And we have a buzz from Ali.
D. Deliverance from satanic inspiration.
Let's see if that is correct. D. It's the incorrect answer. We will give this over to Tahir region.
Yeah.
C.
C. Deliverance from hell. That is the correct answer. Well done. Okay. Tahir region, if you get this next question right, you will win the round. In the British government and jihad, the Prophet Messiah alayhi salam says, I am Jesus the Messiah and also Muhammad Mahdi. Messiah is a title that was given to Prophet Jesus alayhi salam. The promised Messiah alayhi salam then gives 4 meanings for the word Messiah. Out of the following, which is not one of those meanings mentioned by him? A, one who partakes God's throne. B, one who finds God. And we have a buzz from Ali.
A, one who partakes God's throne.
Okay, I will finish off reading all the options. B, one who finds God. C, one who partakes God's favor. Or D, God's Khalifa. And you said A. That is the correct answer. Well done for that. It's 40-20 to Tahir region. Remember, Tahir region, if you get this question right, you will win the round. The promised Messiah ﷺ writes, if God so willed, it is my hope that this blessed and peace-loving Jamaat, which is erasing the ideas of jihad and armed conquest, will increase to many hundreds of thousands within A, 1 year, B, a few years, C, a decade, or D, 5 years. Okay, this is
B, a few years.
Let's see if that is correct. B, a few years is correct. Well done. You win this round. The Prophet Messiah explains that it will just take a few years where the Jamaat will spread. And today we see there's millions and millions, and we spread all across the globe, and we are also giving the true teaching of Islam, the teachings we have learned from the promised Messiah, who actually is giving the true teachings of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, who gave the teachings 1400 years ago, and we are in the millions now. Well done for that. So, Tahir region, the second round is yours as well. Irfan Sahab, how's your team doing so far? It's done very well.
Alhamdulillah.
I think better than other episodes? Or
Definitely better than other episodes.
Okay, well done. Well, what book are you going to go for then in the second, and what book are you going to go for in the final deeper thinking round?
Can we still choose British government and jihad, or that's the
You
one?
cannot choose British government jihad, so it's either going to be the need for the Imam.
Need of the Imam.
Okay, the need for the Imam. It is. Before we start this round, I would like to go over to Ali. Assalamu alaikum, Ali. Well done. Unlucky, it was a close. It was a bit of a tug of war today, I think. Ali, please give an introduction to yourself. I mean, we've had you before, but we don't really know what you get up to during the day.
Okay, I'm an accountant. I work for a firm, and basically the firm itself does accounts and HR for the clients.
MashaAllah. And I believe you're also the guide of your qiyadat?
Yes, that's right.
And
Norbury.
what qiyadat is that?
It's Norbury.
Norbury. So, being the guide also, how would you get young khuddam who are watching at home to read the books of the Prophet Messiah? And, how does it benefit young people?
Okay, these days there's a misunderstanding among the young people that the books for the Prophet Messiah al-Islam is not for them, and it's not readily available.
Right.
Which is totally wrong. The books are available online and in book form. And also, once you read the books of the Prophet Muhammad, only then you know that it relates to the basic concepts of how you do your namaz, how you pray.
Of course.
And it also deals with the complex, like the need for the imam. That at that time the imam was needed when Prophet Muhammad came.
We'll go into the final round, the deeper thinking round. Tahir region have chosen the need for the imam. Irfan Sahab, who is going to go first? Is it you or is it South region?
South region.
South region, you've been given the privilege to go first. Your questions are from the victory of Islam. The first question is as follows. The promised Messiah ﷺ feels that faith has lost its way and satanic inspirations have overcome this age. What has the promised Messiah ﷺ said regarding the philosophy and science of this age, and how have they affected the faith and actions of people? State at least 5 points, and it's emphasizing on philosophy and science of the age. You may discuss. You have 15 seconds.
Philosophy and science. 5 points.
Okay, I will need a reply from South region.
As you were explaining and talk about the youth of that time,
Right.
and Hazur said that how they more concentrating on the worldly knowledge than the religious knowledge, and that was the one more the point that they were get loss of their faith before they even go through their schools. And other bits was when people think the one who is more clever, more into lying to person and get away through the worlds is considered more smarter than the others.
Okay.
And science and
Anything else to add? Okay,
No.
you'll be given 5 marks for that. The Prophet actually gave a whole list of things where he mentioned, he said that they run counter to spirituality. Like you said, young people, only take the sciences and think it's just the sciences in life and they forget the spiritualness. He said that deception, dishonesty, sin increase and lying increase. He stated that the being and existence of God are not taken to be seriously. People become atheists, and those who become engrossed in these studies lose their religious convictions as well. People say that atheism is prevalent today, and they say it's only science which needs to be focused on. Prophet has explained that is fine. We do these studies, but we must remember that these studies, these sciences, actually give the proof of God, give the proof of God's existence as well. Tahir region, your first question from the Need for the Imam is as follows. Christian clerics say that Jesus ﷺ was tempted by the devil who appeared in physical form and could be seen with the naked eye. Give 2 points proving why this was not possible and 2 possibilities for what could actually have happened. So 2 points why this was not possible and 2 possibilities for what could have actually happened. You have 50 seconds to discuss.
The first one was if he had definitely come in.
10 seconds on the clock.
If he had definitely come in, then the Jews would have seen him.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then the second was if he was.
Okay, I will need an answer from Tahir region.
So the 2 possibilities were if he was definitely there in physical form, then the Jews would have also seen him.
Okay.
And Isa al-Islam would have actually shown to the Jews that I've had this Satan in front of me.
Okay, that's
And he
the
would have-
first 2 points covered. What are the possibilities that could have happened on that occasion? Prophet ﷺ then explains that what could have happened.
What could have happened was if the Satan was there visible with the naked eye, then the Jews would have obviously seen him, and then the other issue was
Okay, you will receive 5 marks for this because you only gave half the answer. The 2 possibilities the Prophet explained that could have actually happened is that Satan could be referring to a person, and it could actually have been a person. And the second was that the whole incident could have been a myth, because the Prophet explained that the Gospels weren't actually written by Jesus ﷺ himself, but it was actually by disciples. Okay, we will go over now to South region. South region, your second question in a deeper thinking round from the Victory of Islam is as follows. The Holy Quran and Hadith state that the nations of the Jews will be the same as the nation of the Muslims, which means that the age of the 2 messiahs will be similar, and so will their countenance be alike. Which evils were spread about when the Jews were prevalent at the time of Jesus ﷺ that is also present today? And also, what are the similarities in the coming of their time? It's 15 seconds on the clock.
So how many points you need? How many similarities you need?
As many as you can.
So Hazur went on explaining the time of the mullahs of the time of the second comings of the promised Messiah will be similar to the Jews one, because they will also be the one who is taking the role of their positions as the time of the Messiah of the Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hazrat also explained that the first Jesus alayhi salam also came 1400 years after the Moses alayhi salam.
Right.
So the second Messiah will be coming after 1400 years of Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Hazrat Muhammad also stated a condition that if the Jews of that time are considered to go through, push them into a rat hole, the people of the mullahs of second Messiah will be the same as the try to do the same. And then Hazur explained that if mullahs of this time also do they filter the camels. They swallow the camels, but they filter on the nets. Is
that the full complete answer?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll receive 10 marks for that. The Prophet explains that just like how the Jews before, they didn't have love of God and they disregarded truth and piety, the Prophet explained that in the same way the Muslims of today are doing that also. You missed that point out. But well done for explaining that they both came 14 years after their prophets, the Kalimullah, so the Prophet Moses alayhi and the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, we'll go on to Tahir region. Your second question is as follows. Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam claimed to be the promised Messiah, and in his support, God Almighty had shown the sign of the lunar and solar eclipse. According to the hadith of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the lunar eclipse would take place on the first night and the solar eclipse on the middle night of the month during Ramadan. However, when the promised Messiah ﷺ claimed to be that chosen one, the lunar eclipse took place on the 13th night and the solar on the 28th. So how was this prophecy fulfilled?
So in the prophecy, it's actually mentioned Hilal. And so the lunar eclipse can only possibly take place on 13th, 14th, and 15th night. So it was supposed to take on the first night of the lunar eclipse, and that is the 13th night, which says in the prophecy it says the first night on which the lunar eclipse can actually take place.
Okay.
Now, in terms of the solar eclipse could only take place possibly on the 28th, 29th, 27th, 28th, and 29th. Okay. And in the prophecy, it's mentioned the middle night, and the middle night is the 28th night, and that's how the prophecy got fulfilled.
Jazakallah for that detailed answer. You will receive 15 marks for that. Well done. Going over to South region, Ali Sab, how's your team doing so far? The scores are 35-65.
So we cannot win.
Okay.
But yeah, I think.
Okay, well, you're doing not too bad. Your third and final question is as follows. The promised Messiah says that we are very lucky for attaining this age and era. He also urges us to give thanks to God for this very reason. Why is this? Explain in detail. You have 15 seconds on the clock.
Hazur says that you should thanks to God again and again for this time of era, because even if you receive a second moment of this time, is better than the 80-year-old man who didn't see that era of time, because your Hazur tell the people that because your grandparents and great-grandparents and sisters passed away just to see that moment of promised Messiah coming.
Anything you want to add to that?
and because of, and the Hajur said that we should thanks to Allah because it's also the fulfillment of the Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's hadith that the Prophet will come, and also promised to Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which was fulfilled.
I think with that last point, you've actually won yourselves 15 marks. Well done for that. It was missing there, the prophecies of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that the Messiah will come, will be fulfilled. And for this, well, the seekers at home as well who are watching this show, it's essential to remember that 1400 years had passed after the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the Messiah didn't come. Now the Messiah has come in this age. That's why he said it's essential that we prostrate and we give thanks to God Almighty because we have received this light, we've received the Imam of the age. Jazakumullah for that. Going back to Tahir region, your final question is as follows. The Prophet Messiah Islam explains through the Holy Quran that those who believe in Allah and remain steadfast are given spiritual gifts in the form of divine revelation. State the benefits from these revelations with the example the Prophet ﷺ gives, and state the deficiencies found in them with the example he presents in the book. You have 15 seconds to confirm. Yeah, 5 seconds. Okay, I will need an answer.
Okay. Basically, Hazrat Masih Maud has mentioned in that the people who, when the divine revelation comes on them, but if they're humble, just like Hazrat Umar radhiyallahu anhu, and he considered himself nothing,
right,
then Allah Ta'ala basically raised his status more. But on the other hand, Hazrat Masih Maud has given the example of Balam Bilbaut, and the other one is, I think he has just given his example that he was the one who was, and the other one is the who used to write the scripts of the Quran. So basically, the scribe, yeah. And so both of them, they got destroyed because they considered themselves something as well, and God Almighty.
Okay, so you've answered the second half, the deficiencies and example given. What is the first half, the benefits and the example given, how these revelations benefit one? Given the example of Balaam and the scribe of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and how these revelations sometimes cause them to stumble. What are the benefits and what was the example?
The benefits are obviously a person who receives the revelation and he is more humble, then Allah Ta'ala raises his station, like he did raise the station of Hazrat Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And also an example was given of Hazrat Uwais Qarni radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who was from Yemen, and the Holy Prophet ﷺ also mentioned Ajidu Rihar Rahmani min Qibal al-Yaman, that I smell a sweet fragrance coming from Yemen.
Okay, you'll be awarded 5 marks for this. You gave the second half, you hit the nail on the head with the deficiencies and example, but you missed out the benefits and the example given. The benefits, of course, were that angels comfort such people, and the example was that of Moses' mother. And so you missed the first half of the question. Unlucky for that, you'll be awarded 5 marks for this. And so that comes to the end of the deeper thinking round and the end of this game. We have 70 for Tahir region and 50 for South region. South region, unlucky, but well done. You at least got 50 marks. Ali Saab, the final comments on the game today.
No, it went well. I think we improved from our previous 2 games, which is good.
There we have it, another very close match with only 20 points difference between Tahir region and South region. Tahir region did take it at the end. Well done to you all. We've had a very interesting pyramid ascent as well. Before we finish here at the Seekers of Treasure, I would like to quote the Promised Messiah ﷺ. The Promised Messiah states, I particularly experience God's miraculous power when I put my pen to paper. Whenever I write something in Arabic or Urdu, I feel as if someone is instructing me from within. From the audience, the seekers here, Jazakallah for watching, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.